Good morning, Stallions, class of 2023. This is Miss Barella. I'm just reaching out to you with some announcements before we start our lesson today. I wanted to make sure that you guys are marking yourself present in Infinite Campus. And if you don't know how to do that, please let me know and I'll get those directions to you. We want to make sure that you're getting marked here if you are working on things. And the other thing is you students that have elected to be e-learners, make sure you're working on your OMI classes, your online electives, and we have a pretty good number of you e-learners. So if you have any questions about how to get to those online electives, please let me know and I'll get the information to you. Good morning. We're going to talk about motivation. Some days it's hard to find motivation, and some days motivation finds you. I would say that guy that's pretty motivated, he's on his bike in shorts in the snow. But he's also being chased by a bear, so he's got to move really fast. So that bear is motivating him. And so we're going to talk about motivation. A lot of us are struggling with it right now. This coronavirus and kind of this pandemic world that we're living in has given us all some reasons to look at where we're motivated and how we can make it better. So I just want to make sure that this bear right now we got to work on what's motivating us. Motivation. There's a movie called Pursuit of Happiness. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. But I'd like to look at this clip. And you guys, please bear with me. I really am not good at this technology stuff, so it might take me a second, but we're going to get this clip going. Will Smith and his son, Jaden, are in this movie, and this little clip talks about it's a good introduction to motivation and making sure that you believe in yourself.
Hey, Dad, go pro! I'm going pro!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. You'll probably be about as good as I was. That's kind of the way it works, and I was below average. So you'll probably ultimately rank somewhere around there, so you'll excel at a lot of things, just not this. I don't want you out here shooting this ball around all day and night, all right?
All right.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Hey. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Oh, if you want something, go get it. Don't let anybody stand in your way. And that is kind of motivation. So today, motivation, though, has lots of pieces, lots of things that have to kind of come and work together so that you are motivated. So we're going to talk today about a few of the pieces of that puzzle of motivation in hopes that you guys begin to feel like you can get rid of the barriers that are in your world right now that are stopping you from doing or stopping you from being as successful as you'd like at school some of you may not have issues with this, but I think just the situation that we're in right now, there's lots of kids struggling with, how do I do this thing called school and do it well? And so we're going to talk about how we get rid of some of those barriers. And I'll know that you are understanding the things that I need you to understand once you're able to tell me at least 2 ways that you're feeling unmotivated at school. And there's nothing wrong with being honest about that. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, these are the reasons that I don't feel like I want to do school right now. Once you recognize those reasons, then you're able to find ways to work on that and make it better, and then the motivation becomes easier. Okay, so do these things ever happen to you when you think about school? You make goals, but you procrastinate on doing the things that you need to do to meet those goals. You make to-do lists, but you don't always follow through with those things on your list. You think of what you need to do, but you don't always do it. I'm guilty of that all the time. I know how to make my grades better, but I lose interest eventually. I see the schoolwork that I need to do, but I only do it if somebody's nagging me or I might get in trouble. I have a class that I know I could be doing better in, but I have a hard time caring. And right now, during this pandemic and COVID time, it is hard. We all know it's hard. And give yourself some grace and give yourself some patience and recognize where you're having issues, and then let's work on them and move forward. This virus, this coronavirus, this COVID-19 has caused lots of us to look tired and unmotivated and not wanting to do things, and I totally understand it. Sometimes there are things happening at home. In addition to coronavirus, sometimes you're feeling overwhelmed right now. The demands at school and at home are really high because of the virus and because of other things going on. Some of you aren't understanding, like, how do I get to my classes? Where's the link to Teams? How do I do this? And that makes things difficult. Some of us are struggling with believing in ourselves. And so our mind plays this little tape that says, I can't do it anyway, so why even try? So those are all, and there's lots of other reasons, but those are some of the reasons for lack of motivation. So be honest with yourself and think of some reasons why right now you might be struggling. Are they on this list, or are there other things going on? Because I'm going to ask you to talk to me about those things. Why are you feeling unmotivated? What is motivation? Motivation is the force that makes us want to do the things that we need to do to achieve our dreams, to do what we want to do. It's that push in life that says, go do this because you need to do this to meet your dreams, to meet your goals. And self-motivation is the force that exists inside you that says, no matter how many times the world knocks me down, I'm going to get back up. And so that is the reason I love working here and working with you kids, is because life has offered you all lots of issues, lots of yucky things. And you still show up. You still show up with a smile on your face. You still show up wanting to learn and wanting to make your lives better. And that makes my job amazing. So a lot of you are self-motivated. And there's a pretty relevant athlete in the world right now. You guys will know who he is, but I want to talk about his self-motivation and like his daily routine. And it's just somebody you guys see, and I'm sure you've heard about his work ethic, but I want to talk a little bit about this extremely self-motivated athlete. So we're talking about Steph Curry, and I'm sure you guys recognize him and know lots about him. For those of you that don't know, he is a professional basketball player. He plays at Golden State. and he is a very dedicated, extremely self-motivated athlete. And I just want to touch base about a few things that he does in his daily life. So here is his off day schedule. So this is a day I don't have a game, and this is what I am doing in my life. I wake up every day at 8. At 8:15, I'm playing with my kids. At 8:30, I'm having breakfast, and you guys can read the rest of the schedule. But he puts in their time to train and practice. He's eating well. He's recovering and taking care of letting his body rest. There's periods in his day where he doesn't have screen time. He's carved out time for family. All of those things are really important to think about when you're talking about reasons that you're unmotivated, because if one of those things gets off, then it's kind of like the coronavirus slide that we talked about earlier. Then there's reason for you to be unmotivated. This man, he's practicing his ball handling in this video pre-game, like before the game. He's getting his dribbles in, and I also am always impressed with the amount of shots this guy shoots. So 300 shots after each practice during the season. So this is after everyone is done. Or before everyone starts, he's putting in extra time to get those 300 shots up. During the off season, he's shooting 500 shots a day. That is a ton of shots, and that's the reason that he is the player that he is. Another thing that he is managing is his diet. What am I putting in my body, and how do I nourish it to do the things that it needs to do? We talked about sleep earlier, his recovery time. He lets his body rest, and we talked again before about family time. So even with his jam-packed schedule, he still makes sure he has time for his family, and that's important stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys see what it takes. You have to have all of those pieces working together to stay motivated, and you got to do that. Self-motivation has its own rewards, and developing your own self-motivation will help you take control of a lot of parts of your life. Also, if I got paid for the number of I've said so far, I'd be a rich, rich lady. I apologize, I'm going to work on that. So the first example is you can be self-motivated in some areas and not others. So a student who's not internally motivated, which is just another way of saying self-motivated, to get up and go to work on Saturday morning, may be extremely motivated to come to school early every morning for preseason workouts. So they show up for preseason workouts every day early before school, but Saturday work not happening, they don't feel it. So the kid is working hard in one area, but not necessarily the other. So what is the reason that a student would be motivated to come to preseason workouts, but be not interested in going to work on a Saturday? Think about those reasons. What would it be for you? Put yourself in that scenario. What would be the reason you didn't want to go to work, but you could get up early for preseason workouts? Another example is a student who's not really motivated to stay focused during class, but may be 100% focused on becoming a social media influencer. So I have over 1 million views on my TikTok video that I made, but I don't really want to sit in my social studies class. What is the reason that a kid would be so motivated for TikTok but won't put that same effort towards classes? Where are you with that? Put yourself in that situation. What would make that student be so motivated in one area and not the other area? So what I want you to do now is think about where you are currently with your motivation towards school. On this scale of 0 to 10, 0 is Not going to happen. I'm not motivated at all. And 10 is I'm confident and happy with my motivation. Where are you? Be honest with yourself. There's no punishment. It's just going to be me that sees it. I'm not going to judge you. Just be honest with yourself about where you are so that we can identify ways that you can move forward or make it better. So just think about that. Where are you? So if I want to get more motivated and remove some of the things that are in my way at school. I just did it again. I just said, where do I start? There's lots of things, like I said, that go into motivation. Growth mindset, self-discipline, support from your family and friends, teachers, peers, your physical and mental health, setting goals, being resilient, which I talked to you guys about earlier. That's another way of saying gritty. It's another way of saying somebody knocks you down and you stand back up, and understanding your why. What is the reason? What is your reason? Who are you? What do you stand for? And there's a link to a form in this PowerPoint presentation that I'll share. And I would like you to, first of all, it'll ask you to share your number rating. So on that scale of 0 to 10, where are you with your motivation? And then 2 ways that the choices you make are barriers to your education. So are you feeling really overwhelmed and all you want to do is sleep? That would be something that you can let me know. Because of the coronavirus, I've had to work, and I'm working every night for 7 hours, and it's hard for me to get my schoolwork done. Let me know that so I understand where you guys are. All right, so the link is there. I can't wait to see you guys in the hallways. If you need anything, let me know. Peace out.